To win the war known as success, it is necessary to win a number of smaller skirmishes along the way. These include a definiteness of purpose, creating a game plan that gets you to the starting line, and creating momentum by starting. Today, we're going to discuss two additional battles that must be fought. They are defeating the mindsets of boredom and complacency. If you don't have the mindset that you are fighting a war with the emotion and dedication that are attached to that endeavor, success will never be within your grasp. It will feel like you are extending your arms to try and touch an unreachable rainbow. Welcome back to Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. I'm Eli's dad, my favorite persona, inviting you to join Eli and me as we discuss how to set your mind to the correct mindset. You know, Eli, because you are the number one thing that occupies my mind, I often spend much of my personal quiet thinking time thinking like a dad. I'd like to share some of my recent thoughts with you. You may not think so, but at the age of 14, you are just starting out in life. Now here's what's wild from my perspective. When you graduate from high school or college or get married or start your career, my thought will be, you are just starting out in life. In fact, in life, there are many, many starting lines. Each one contains new excitements and new challenges. It is imperative that you conquer these new challenges when you reach each new starting line, or it becomes more difficult to overcome them when you move along to the next one. Today, we will discuss boredom and complacency. When you reach a certain age, being in the company of your parents becomes less and less desirable. When you were younger, Eli, you sought our attention all the time. That time has certainly come and gone. Now you want to be in the company of your contemporaries most of the time. Soon you want to spend most of the time with your serious girlfriend. Your friends will notice that change, just as we noticed that you want to spend most of your time with your friends now. This is a natural evolution of your growth as a person. We, your mom and I, expect it. So what are my heavy, fatherly thoughts? Well, my first thought as a human being, that is, as a dad, is what can possibly usurp your ascension as an adult? What problems can I foresee and try and minimize or eliminate? Well, my son, let's start with boredom. You've mentioned to me on more than one occasion, "Dad, I'm bored." When you were younger, it was my duty to make sure that you were occupied with something. If you were not occupied with a new focus, you might drift into a dangerous circumstance, like touching a wire or falling down some stairs or countless other unforeseeable missteps. I became a cyclops. I only had one eye because the other eye was on you. Now today, as a teenager, my concern is even greater. Why? Because I got my eye back and I can't see what you're doing. Parents love it when their children become interested in a particular subject. I love that you like to play basketball, for instance. When you're a teen, your physical gifts grow faster than your mental gifts. And that's due largely to inexperience, and then it becomes easy to be tempted to do something that is mischievous and frankly stupid. How do I know? Because everybody always said that I was such a good kid. Eli, I virtually lived at the playground when I was your age. I was there all the time, playing hoops, baseball, soccer, you name it. My folks would occasionally drive by the park just to see, and they were comforted by my activity there. It's hard to get in trouble when you're playing stickball or boxball, but there was the walk home at the end of the night. a short 10-minute walk. What can happen in 10 minutes? Plenty. On the way home, there was an intersection that had 3 gas stations on it. Back in those days, there was a soda machine, or a tonic machine, as we would say in Boston, outside the little gas station office. This machine, at that time, was comprised of glass bottles that were positioned in a vertical line with only the bottle cap showing so that you could see the flavor of the beverage. When you put the money in the machine, 10 cents, that would release the hold on the bottle so that you could pull it all the way out of the machine and drink from it. Now the bottles were in a horizontal position in the refrigerated machine. Now often, on the way home from the park, my friend and I would be thirsty. It was already dark. The gas stations were all closed. We would saunter over to each pop machine with a bottle opener and choose our favorite beverage. We had a paper cup so that we'd be able to capture the sweet carbonated nectar and enjoy it. Of course, because the bottles were in a horizontal position, there was always some remaining liquid left in the bottle. Not to worry, we also had long straws with us to empty the entire sugary contents. With 3 gas stations on the same corner, the remaining walk home was a burp-infested journey. When the gas station operators returned in the morning, they had to put dime after dime in the machine to remove the now empty bottles. Now, we only did this once or twice, but how badly would my reputation have been damaged had we been caught? You see, it's very easy to do stupid things as a teen. So you see, Eli, I've walked in your Air Jordans myself. Now, in addition to the satisfaction of having you enjoy your summers in unspoiled Maine at camp, we, your mom and I, are also comforted by the fact that getting into trouble in that venue is much more difficult. Although, as I may attest from my tenure of being a counselor there during my collegiate years, people still manage to find trouble. My point is that it is easy to get bored and become mischievously creative. Even a perfect human being, like my very self. My dilemma with you, Eli, is that you're too old for me to find things for you to do to alleviate your boredom. All I can do is trust that you've been taught to think for yourself and that you'll make good judgments most of the time. Fortunately, I outgrew that mischievous tendency, but there were many times when the opportunity presented itself to perform a stupid act. I walked away. If you don't conquer this boredom virus soon enough, it gets carried forward to your next starting line in life. Find a worthy objective for your life and attack it with vigor. It will keep you on the straight and narrow path followed by so few. It's easy to succumb to temptation because of all the modern distractions that technology offers. Remember that technology is a tool to be used to accomplish a particular objective and not a vehicle to enslave your being into an addictive, superficial trance. Eli, your passionate, worthy goals will change over the course of a lifetime. When you become complacent with your achievements or ambitions and distractions become your main focus, you begin to lead a passionless life. When that occurs, it is easy to hop on the treadmill of mediocrity. How do I know this? Because statistically speaking, more than 75% of the people in the current workforce are dissatisfied with their jobs, yet they continue to report to the same job every day. They have stopped dreaming of what could be. They become satisfied doing the same old, same old. They stop looking for new challenges that will add juice to their lives. In fact, when they're challenged to do something different from their status quo modus operandi at work, they complain about it. "That's not in my job description," they say. Now, what gives life its unique flavor is to taste new and exciting entrees that require you to crack a shell or to peel away the skin to explore what's underneath the surface. In short, being satisfied with the daily repetitive routine is what actually causes dissatisfaction at the workplace, in relationships, and beyond. Now, since I have begun to work on Project Eli, I find that there are new challenges, exciting challenges to be encountered every day. What are some of these? Overcoming my technological ineptitude, trying to reach out and contact new venues on social media where I am painfully ignorant, and of course, creating new relevant content and presenting it in a constructive and entertaining manner. Eli, my days are full as I seek to improve my skills for the project that bears your name. I have discovered my most current life's purpose, for now. Make sure that as you reach a new goal and that you recognize that its achievement is merely the conclusion of a chapter in your life and not the end of the book. Because the end of the book is complacency. And as you can witness by the dissatisfied, unchanging 75% of the workforce, the complacency virus has no minimum or maximum age requirements. So keep reading, keep listening, keep exploring for new and challenging interests to add flavor to your life. It's the natural thing to do. How do I know? Well, as a child, your interest evolved from Inspector Gadget to Harry Potter to lightsabers to guns to and on and on and on and on. Today, your focus is fishing, basketball, girls, and right now, camp in Maine. Keep evolving. Keep evolving. Please keep evolving. On our next go-round, we will evolve by discussing one of Napoleon Hill's key ingredients in the success recipe, the principle of the mastermind. It's very, very key. May I suggest that you form your own mastermind group by sharing Project Eli with others that seek to be successful as you do. A good first step would be to click the subscribe icon and the bell notification so that Eli and I may become part of your mastermind group. As part of my group, I request that you leave feedback and topic suggestions in the comment section below. Our thought for the day is from our next session and from Napoleon Hill. Success in the higher brackets of achievement is something that can be had only by taking others along with you. And because we never end a meeting on a philosophical note, let's get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.